What is your impact on like, I'm reinvesting into the business?
I don't know if you've ever read the book Profit First, but he talks a little bit about this too, is there's no such thing as profits reinvested. That's just additional expenses. We can make ourselves feel better and say, well, that I chose to reinvest the profit. My take is, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just overspent. Otherwise, we can always just say, oh, that's just profit reinvested. There is no such thing. That's an oxymoron. I get the idea, and the idea is different. The idea is I'm going to forego some pay in order to do that. I just think you got to be really careful about that, because the biggest trap I find for real estate agents is that they say that I'm in growth mode, but growth mode never ends. And pretty soon they're in broke mode. And their relationships at home are suffering, and their kids don't know them. And that makes me upset with that idea more than anything, is we are sacrificing and making growth of our business. I'm all about money and profit, but not at the sacrifice of why we set out to get in this business in the first place, which is for our families, for our spouses, for those that are closest to us, and to have more time and freedom. And when we just reinvest all the time, it's really a slippery slope. When does that end? I believe you have to have an operating expense model that aligns with your operating model. Like, for example, I'm a big believer in 30% operating expenses, 10% towards lead gen marketing, 10% towards people, and 10% towards overhead of my top line revenue, and maintaining that and being disciplined around it and growing with that amount of profit reinvested. Because if you think about it, that is profit that I'm reinvesting. I'm expending the money. That's all that expenses are, is profit that I'm spending. And I could do it up to a certain point. I just think 30% is where you need to be. No more than that, or very close to that 30% mark. That's where any more than that, all of a sudden, now the business relies on our production in order to pay those bills, like you felt and like I felt early on in our careers. When does that end? We're always going to want to grow. So when does that end?